Broad Street.
Oh, do you know what? You hear that? You hear that? Oh, that means Fly Eagles Fly podcast is back and you're trapped with us. There we go. Hey, it's Corey Alexander and
Jay Bliss.
And we're here at Broad Street Misery Network for the Fly Eagles Fly podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a couple of months because the Eagles sucked and couldn't win the Super Bowl. Although Jay will tell you it was great that the Eagles didn't win because we got to do things in the offseason. So Jay loves it. I hate it. Here we are. As always, we oil and water, and that's the way it rolls. So we're glad to have you back here. We're in for our free agency special. We're doing one tonight, and we're going to do one next week to wrap up free agency. Then we'll see you back again in April for the draft. So I don't know if Howie Long is trying to beat Rip Van Winkle, but the man is asleep at the wheel. But we know. Hold on. But we know, yeah, you know, I got to be negative, but in my positive spin, I know that Howie's doing his thing. He is collecting his thoughts. He's making sure we're doing the right things, and Howie we do trust. So let's get started. By the way, yes, I am really this white. I am even whiter than you expect. Jay's actually scared how white I look tonight. So it's all part of the process, people. I'm getting through this. I'm looking white tonight, but I'll be tanner by next week because it's 70 degrees out, by the way, up here. I don't know if you knew. I don't know how's it in down south.
It's decent here today.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's clean out. We've got some things to talk about, including Trey Hendrickson, Max Crosby, and a couple other people, as well as a signing the Eagles did today. But let's clear out a little bit of the notebook because I want to get to this, Jay, because I want to get your thoughts on a couple of things to start our free agency period. Eagles draft QB safety. Yeah, oh, my God. Little Griffith, and they got to draft everybody. Oh, my God. They got to draft a whole team.
Right.
Here's what we know right now is just sort of a wrap up of the past week or so. Eagles, by the way, extended Jordan Davis, giving him about 26 to 27 million a year. Jay, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's huge. I think he earned it. I think that he was the beginning. Howie loves his draft picks. I mean, like,
yes, he do.
Right. I mean, like, they're like children to him. It's like, you know, when he hits on something, he's going to go and he's going to ride with them, even to the point of sticking with somebody too long at times. But Jordan Davis, there were some questions after the first year. Once Jalen Carter got here, they really questioned him. He's always been able to stop the run. He's never had a problem with stopping the run.
Yep.
The pass rush was where it wasn't really working. Like, we wasn't really seeing the pass rush we needed to. But when you take what he offers for what he does as defensive tackle, which is stop the run, I mean, it's just a run stop. Like, nobody's going off on us running the ball.
Right.
And he's a big part of it. And he does contain, and he should have made the Pro Bowl last year. And that's what most players do. They ball out on their contract year. And it paid off for him. You know what I'm saying? It paid off for him. And don't forget, the year before last, he came in and he had dropped all that weight, came in a little bit faster, a little bit slimmer, a little bit more muscular. And he put the work in, and he got paid for it. And I think it's cool. I think he's not a top tier, meaning top 3 defensive tackles, but he's getting paid top 5, top 6.
Yeah. So, and you got up a point that I want to make sure everybody's clear on too. Everybody's like, okay, he got his bag because he had a nice contract year. Technically, it was not a contract year. He's got a 5th-year option next year. So he was signed through next year. So it wasn't a contract year. What it was a prove-it year to say, can you make that turn, which you talked about. That's number one. Number two, also want to make it clear that the defensive line coach, who I really like, guy looks like Faison Love. I can't remember his name.
Hurt.
What's that?
Hurt.
Clint Hurt.
Yeah.
I love that guy, by the way. And he may be the new defensive head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles if Vic leaves. I think they're kind of keeping him around. And I would love to see that because I heard he's very beloved in that locker room, much like the guy, the D-back coach who left for Dallas. He emphasized in an interview recently, this is not about just 1 year. Mm-hmm. He said this was about midway through 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Where he really, the light bulb went on. He said he made a conscious decision mid-year and he saw him get better and better. It just didn't really show up until this year. Like the Super Bowl year, he really kind of balled out end of the year and playoffs. It was really last year where he put it all together for the whole year. Right. So he wants to make it clear that this isn't a guy who just flipped the light switch in the offseason and all of a sudden he was great. He said this guy's he's made a life decision to change. And I think you're right. I think he deserved it. I'm glad he's got it. It just makes me nervous now because now you got to have two guys around $30 million a year on your defensive line, which is the reason why we didn't sign Jalen Phillips for $30 million a year. So right now you got to decide what else you can do on edge because we got to take the next step. So give me your thoughts on where we can go for edge rusher at this point.
Well, very similar to what we did today, jumping subjects real quick, what we did today with cornerback.
Right.
I really feel like you can do 1 year prove it deals with defensive ends. If you think about it, Jalen Phillips was a 1 year prove it deal in his way because we got him mid-season on a trade, right? Our compensation for getting him is a 3rd round compensatory pick. We gave up a 3rd rounder for him, so we actually get the pick back.
True.
Right. So if you have somebody who is in limbo, can't get the contract that they really want to get in free agency, and they have a 1 year prove it deal, where else would you want to go? Why wouldn't you want to come to the Philadelphia Eagles where you have a 1 year prove it deal, where somebody like a Hassan Reddick has shown that you can actually get a bag by playing with the Eagles? The Kobe Dean has just shown you can get a bag by playing with the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Phillips just showed you can get a bag for playing with the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, why wouldn't you come here for 1 year with a team that's playoff bound with a top 5 defense and ball out for a year?
Yeah, I agree. So right then and there's a lot of stuff coming in. So Jordan gets his. Here's a couple of things. Number one, AJ and Jalen Carter continue to get calls from Eagles. Yes, I said that right. Jalen Carter is getting calls, and that is a fact. AJ's, they're still getting calls too. It seems that it's more New England, even though New England signed the Green Bay Packers wide receiver. I don't think that that's a be-all, end-all, but here's the thing, Jay. Do you see – now, you and I have talked about this, so give everybody a clue in here. We've talked about AJ a lot off camera, so bring them into your thoughts on AJ. And do you see any way now the Eagles keep AJ this year since New England didn't sign a 1? They signed a 2. They did not sign a 1. You think they could get away with not having a 1 and AJ staying here all next year?
So here's what I want everybody to understand, and everybody with their green colored glasses on, right? I don't care what the media is telling you. I don't care what you think or what you want, and you keep going back 2 years ago and you want everything to be all nice and warm and fuzzy. It's not. AJ doesn't want to play in Philadelphia. I want y'all to get that through your head. He's not going to be happy. He's not a happy person. It's no different than any fella out here that's dated a woman who wasn't happy. Ain't nothing you're going to be able to do that's going to make her change her mind. She don't like you anymore. That's what AJ is. AJ is not happy. He's not going to be happy here. Now, when he goes somewhere else, he's not going to be happy there either. He's just not happy. There's nothing you can do for him, okay? So AJ's got to go. The only problem we have is that we have dead cap money that hits our books because he's left early. He's left earlier within his contract. So it hurts us.
Yeah, so I'm going to jump into raw sec. So here's my theory, and I've seen a little bit towards this, but they've never said this. So this is what my theory alone is. Eagles are saying this. We want a 1 and a 1 for AJ. Now, what I believe, I also read something just the other day that says Eagles, and again, of course, who knows the sources, blah, blah, blah. Eagles are softening to a 1 and a 2 now. So here's my theory. My theory is Howie's like, look, here's the deal. It's a 1 and a 1. We're sticking to that. We'll keep AJ for a year. And I know you're saying what you're saying, but that's what I think Howie's sticking to. Mm-hmm. My other theory is as we get, he can go by AJ. Yeah, Nikki. Nikki John. Love the name, by the way. Love the name, Nikki. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta keep putting it in. I could say that name all day.
Yeah.
So this is to you and Nikki. So my theory is that Howie on June 1st will soften and say, we'll take a 1 and a 2 or a 1 and a 3, because now we only have $12 million cap hit versus $40 million dead cap hit. So my theory is he's going to get his bag. If we're going to take $40 million hit, we want a 1 and a 1. If we're going to take a 12-minute hit, we can do a 1 and 2, 1 and 3.
Right.
You're welcome, Nikki.
Nikki Jones.
So yeah, does that make sense? I think that makes sense, because that to me would be like, yeah, if we're going to take on this dead money, we're going to have trouble signing somebody. We need the 2-1, because we got to start building up young people on contracts. 100%. But if we can avoid that after June 1st, you got it.
Well, you think about that for a reason, or for a second. So you got a team like somebody had two number ones this year, right?
Right.
I'm trying to remember what team it was, but they ended up like using that number 1 pick to get like a great player. Like you can get a great player in the draft when you get a number 1 and a number 2, right?
Absolutely.
You can actually take your own number 1, keep that, or trade the other one, and package something else up with it. That's how we ended up with AJ in the first place.
Yep. We packaged a 1 and 3 to get him.
Yeah, right. So and we had 2 number 1s that season.
Yeah, and we traded 1 to New Orleans.
Right.
And then we got 1 back from New Orleans. So that's even better. So absolutely. I agree. I think that's a smart play by Howie to say, look, you want him now, you can have him, but it's going to take 2 1s. If you want to wait till after June 1st, we can soften a little bit because we don't have the big cap hit. And now we can actually go sign somebody or trade for somebody with a bigger contract in the summertime too.
What, 100%. Like I said, I just want everybody to get the idea around their head that AJ is not going to be here. And I think people gotta understand that if he's on this roster, which I don't think he is, if he's on this roster at the beginning of the season, everything's going to go downhill. It's going to be very bad. It's going to be similar to a T.O. situation with the whole, doing sit-ups in the driveway type situation, and they're going to tell him to go home.
Yeah, and so I think we covered the AJ. We see what happens there. I strongly believe he'll be traded after June 1st. I think that's just the way it's going to be. My other theory is that I think they're taking calls on Jalen just to see what they could get. I don't think they have an intention of trading him. I think having Jordan Davis here with him is a huge influence on them keeping him. But if Jordan left and Nolan Smith, I don't think they're keeping Nolan Smith after his contract. I think that point where it's like, I don't know how much we can control him with his buddies not here from Georgia. So I really think signing Jordan Davis is the impetus to signing Jalen Carter. What are your thoughts?
No. So let's go back to the defensive line coach.
Clint Hurt. Love him.
That's Jalen Carter's, like, that's a really good point for Jalen Carter. Like, Jalen Carter appreciates and he respects that guy. He wants to play for him. So
he's going to stay here. So it doesn't have anything to do with Jordan Davis. It just has to do with Clint Hurt.
Clint Hurt is the Jalen Carter whisperer. Like he's the one that's getting it. He's the one. You remember when he had the situation in New Orleans?
Yeah.
He was like Clint Hurt was the one that was like, yo, man, like, calm down. Like, it was the one that kind of like we reeled him in there. So I just don't see. First of all, you don't let somebody like Jalen Carter go.
Well, you're not letting him go. You're getting a huge bag for him. So yeah. But I think the only reason they're even entertaining it, and I don't think they're really entertaining it, but the only reason I think they're listening is because you still have this guy that you just don't know because of the whole like spitting. Is he going to be immature? Yeah, you don't know. I mean, again, he's the kind of guy that something could happen.
I don't think you got to worry about that.
I hear you. I'm not saying it will or won't. I'm just saying in their back of their mind.
I'll put it like this.
You've got some off-field incidents that could show up.
Man, listen, man, that defensive line is not – listen, the defensive line, unlike your offensive line, right? And it's funny because I heard Dion say this. It's hilarious to me.
Go ahead.
When you picking up a defensive lineman, you want a single-parent household. You want that joker to have some type of issues going on. He's from a broken family, broken home.
You want him angry. You want him angry.
He got some issues. That's who you want on your defensive line. You don't want mom and dad living together. You don't want happiness. You don't want what you have on your offensive line. Your offensive line, you need structure. You need balance. You need education. You need.
Well, what does that say about Reggie White, who never cursed and was a pastor?
Reggie White was the minute. That dude was different. That dude had Jesus on his side.
That's what I'm saying. He got Jesus. Jalen Carter needs Jesus.
But see, he was the one that reeled everybody in. Look at Jerome Brown. Look. Think about our defensive linemen that we've had over the years, and think about who our dogs were.
Right.
Jalen Carter is that.
Yeah.
Now, when you're a physical specimen like an Aaron Donald and a Reggie White, that's different. That's different. It
doesn't matter your mental state.
But when you want a Warren Sapp, a perfect example.
Crazy.
Jalen Carter is our Warren Sapp. You don't want him nice. You want him spitting and acting up. Like that's him. That is him. And that's what makes him who he is.
All right. Well, anyway, they're still taking calls. Whether you want to get rid of him or not, they're taking calls.
Man, JC staying, bro. JC staying.
Here's another thing. I'll throw this all at you, too. Again, notes. We're going to get free agency in just a second here. Both Lane Johnson and Landon Dickerson, both coming off speculation that they might retire. Both have decided to come back. Both were spotted at the Super Bowl together. My guess is when they saw that Super Bowl and saw that the Seahawks won easy, they're like, we got to go back.
Yeah, run it back.
Ain't no reason we couldn't have won the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
So I think that had big sense. Also, here's the other aspect. Both Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson went to Medellin, the capital of cocaine, Colombia, to undergo stem cell therapy. Now, apparently this place has been used by a lot of athletes, and a lot of athletes have endorsed this big time, saying that really helped change their injury status. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens both have gone through stem cell therapy. We'll see if that makes any difference with them.
Okay.
Gerard Johnson, by the way, Texas QB coach who interviewed as an OC for the Eagles, is now joining the Eagles coaching staff as an assistant, I believe, head coach on the offensive side.
Okay.
Pretty good stuff. By the way, Eagles going into 2026, what is their strength of schedule, by the way?
Eagles' strength of schedule should be pretty mid.
Are they in the top 10 easiest, top 10 toughest? What do you think?
I would say it was top 10 easiest.
That is correct. They have the 10th easiest schedule in the NFL in 2026 after having the 4th hardest in 2025.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be a bounce back. But here's the crazy thing about it. With our schedule being as difficult as it was, we still won, 11, 12 games?
Absolutely.
So going into this next season right here, 14, bro.
We haven't even looked at the schedule yet.
Think about it, though. Like, listen, this season
He thinks the lady is too optimistic.
We went home away, home away, home away. We didn't even have back-to-back home games last season. We still won 12 games.
Yeah.
You gonna come back with an easier schedule?
I ain't giving him 14 yet.
Tell me we not going to win 14 games? You crazy, dog.
I want to see that team, the final 53 roster, before I make any predictions on this team.
Let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you something. Even with N'Kobe leaving, Jalen Phillips going, like I said, the teams ain't gonna be harder. Like you look at the quarterbacks we're gonna be going up against. You're like, dude, what? And we played Dallas twice. Come on, bro. That's the is right there.
By the way, good thing Lane is coming back because the Eagles are 96-41-1 when Lane Johnson plays. They're 15-28 when he doesn't play. Eye-popping statistics. Real fast in the offseason, in case you missed it, the Bills hired Joe Brady. Steelers hired Mike McCarthy. The Ravens hired Jesse Mintner. Giants hired John Harbaugh. Falcons hired Kevin Stefanski. Dolphins hired Jeff Hafley. Titans hired Robert Saleh. Browns hired Todd Monken. Cardinals hired Mike LaFleur. And Raiders hired Clint Kubiak. The Eagles also are hiring Chris Cooper as their offensive line coach. This guy came from Minnesota, where they had a very average offensive line under him, but we shall see if that makes a difference. Your thoughts on the new offensive line coach?
I think the offensive line coach, here's the thing. Jeff Stoutland was a god around here, Stoutland University. And now a lot of that had to do with his former players propping him up and giving him the praise that he so well deserved because of the talent that he had around him and how they responded to what he was asking them to do. Does that mean that our offensive line is going to be horrible next year without Stoutland? No, because the players still play. Coaches coach, but players play. So our offensive line coach, to me, doesn't indicate whether we're going to be good or not, because no one knew who Christian Parker was, but our cornerbacks was still beasting.
Right.
Nobody knew who Hurt was, but our defensive line still got 5 sacks in the Super Bowl. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the coach, to me, like the coach is for somebody that needs to be taught how to do the position properly in the league. So if you got somebody out there that's just messing up that was doing good when Stoutland was here, and now all of a sudden he's not doing good, then he shouldn't be playing NFL anyway.
Right. Favorite Jeff Stoutland stat. In his 13 years, the Eagles, 10 offensive linemen started at least 25 games. Kelsey, Johnson, Peters, Brooks, Salamalu, Mailata, Juergens, Barbara, and Evan Mathis. Of that group, Barbara is the only one who's never been a Pro Bowl or All-Pro.
Right.
That's insane.
Right.
That's insane.
Right.
Love that guy.
Yep.
Eagles also, by the way, added former Bill Belichick assistant Mike Pellegrino to their defensive coaching staff as well as cornerbacks coach. So not too shabby there, getting a Belichick disciple coming to the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, since Nick Sirianni got hired, the Eagles have won more playoff games than the Raiders, Titans, Cardinals, Browns, Panthers, Vikings, Jets, Falcons, Saints, Colts, Dolphins, Chargers, Steelers, Giants, Bears, Broncos, Cowboys, Packers combined.
Yeah.
That's insane.
No, it's not.
That's insane, man.
Go Birds.
What do you think, Nicky John? That's insane, man. Nicky John knows that's insane. How about that, John? All right, let's get the free agency now. Here's my my needs in free agency was safety, edge, backup linebacker, 2 tight ends, backup O-line, wide receiver slot, possible wide receiver 2, punter, and cornerback. Now we got former Seahawks Pro Bowl Rick Woolen. By the way, just so you know, I actually wanted this guy in that draft. He actually went like 4 picks before we picked, and we could have got him in the round before. He went around late. I was so bummed because he had a great rookie year. He had so years after that, and then this year he had a decent year, and then of course he got bumped to non-starting lineup. But I still think this guy has a lot of talent. If you'll notice, they signed him for 1 year, $15 million with incentives, meaning that he can make up to $15 million, but it's not a $15 million base. So Howie's still trying to keep that 3rd round pick. So good for him signing a good Pro Bowl cornerback and still keeping the salary kind of low. So good for the Eagles. They have now gotten their opposite of Quinyon Mitchell. You've got your other starting QB. We still need, I would say, and we got a backup slot with, I told you they re-signed Michael the third, whatever his name is, from the Jets. Michael Carter, thank you. So we've got everything there. We just need a safety now. Backup linebacker, 2 tight ends, backup O-line, wide receiver, punter, and edge.
Well, we got a backup tight end today from Jacksonville.
I did see that. They did say something about a backup.
He's a blocking tight end. He's one of the top blocking tight ends too.
Okay.
So we talked about that earlier the week too. So
we did. We missed out on my guy.
Yeah. 100%.
There was a guy from the Ravens who is absolutely one of the best tight ends, and he's underrated in catching too. Did not sign with the Eagles, signed with somebody else. I forget who it was, but he was my targeted guy for our tight end, end 2.
Yeah. So I will say this, and then I'm just going to correct you on this real quick. The cornerback that we signed.
Yes.
I can almost guarantee you his name is Reek, not Rick.
Reek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Like you said Rick Woolen. I'm like, who's Rick? Like
Rick, whatever. Why you gotta have all these weird names on me, man? Pick normal names. I can't
all
deal with
right,
crazy names.
It's gotta be Rick. It's gotta be short for Tariq or something, but I know that's Rick.
It is Tariq, actually. Right.
There you go. There you go.
Go F yourself. Here we go. By the way, Eagles have been awarded 4 compensatory picks, and we'll have our draft coming up next month. But Eagles got 3rd round, number 98 overall, 4th round, number 137 overall, 5th round, number 178 overall, and 6th round, number 215 overall. So Eagles are pretty stocked well this year. They got a 1, a 2, 2 3s, I believe 2 4s, 3 5ths, 2 6s, and I don't think they have 1 7th. I think they have no 7ths. So not a bad haul for what they got. My only thing is Eagles are being picky, which is kind of good, but I think Howie is so entranced with keeping that 3rd round pick for Jalen Phillips that he's not going to make any big splashes. So I'm okay with that, but I'm hoping that he's not passing up any good players just to keep that 3rd round pick. That's what's bothering me.
Well, here's the thing. This is why you keep that pick, though. The more players you bring in, the more money you got going out.
True.
Right? When you use your picks and you pick correctly, you're bringing people in at a minimum amount.
Right.
And the talent is growing. And now you're not spending money to bring people in to handle a job that you can draft somebody to do. So sometimes it's better to keep the pick because when you hit on it, you're saving money until 3 years from now.
Yep.
So, you can't just be giving up your picks because when you're giving up your picks, that means you're bringing people in to pay.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay them definitely more than somebody that's on a rookie scale.
True.
So, I mean, I get it.
It's tough. It's just tough. I just want to, you just don't like,
Sometimes you want it. You got to make sure you hit though. Like missing in the first round.
Looking through
missing in the first round is crazy. Like when you miss, you miss in the first round, you like, dude, we just wasted a whole lot of time and effort here. You know what I mean? Think about Makuba, Jahad Campbell. Like those weren't bad picks. Jahad couldn't get on the field because the Kobe was still here
and balling,
right? And Makuba get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they missed on the defensive tackle.
Yeah.
So they missed on him. And your other picks really wasn't doing much.
Yep.
So, I mean, you got all those picks. How many we got this year? We got 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I believe we have 10 picks.
10, yeah.
Yeah. So as a wrap up, Phillips went to the Panthers, Dean went to the Raiders, Blankenship to the Texans. Now here's the crazy part. I know a lot of people have called in. I've had a lot of friends and a lot of texts for the show about Blankenship. Talk to us about that. So yes, is $8 million a year a lot? No, it's not, and it's not a backbreaker by any means. However, you have to keep it in perspective. Eagles have made this thing of like people between 7 and 15 million. They're not really signing people for that kind of middle ground in their own group. That's the thing. It's like outside the group, yes, but not in their own group. They're not doing that. And if you're worried, like, well, we missed Blankenship, you're so good. I agree, but let's look at last year, which was probably his worst year and still a defensive group that was pretty good. So Blankenship's pass coverage grade was the worst among 91 safeties. Mm-hmm. The worst. That's not good.
Nope.
And while his run defense was much better than a respectable 30th, the pass numbers made him 89th ranked safety in the entire NFL last year. 89th ranked safety. That's pretty bad. So when you're talking about Reed going out there and getting $8 million, it's not that bad. But in relative to what he is, I almost guarantee you that they talk to Vic and they're like, are we keeping this guy for $8 million? And Vic's probably like, no, we can find somebody else to be the 89th ranked safety for less than $8 million.
But I'm gonna tell you where it benefit. He doesn't get benefit. This is where the Texans benefit. Texans have a number 1 defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now they don't have to pay their safety $20 million or $12 million or $15 million.
Correct.
They'll take the worst coverage safety and put him on the number 1 defense
and put him in a box.
We only need you to do this.
Exactly. He'll be in the box.
We got the other part covered.
Yeah.
And it works out best for both. But we need him to do more for us than the Texans are going to need him to do.
And I would guess right now, and by the way, Dotson went to the Falcons. That's the I know, and then Matt Pryor went to somebody. Who cares? But I just let everybody know who's leaving. My guess would be that they sign Marcus Epps for some kind of low 1-year deal as their third safety, and they're still going to try and go out and get a starting safety before him. But I think he would be the third safety, and I'd be okay with him as the third safety, just not the starting safety.
Right.
So we'll see what happens there. By the way, Eagles on defense over the last 2 off seasons have lost Jalen Phillips, Nakobe Dean, Reed Blankenship, Million Williams, Josh Sweat, Darius Slay, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and Isaiah Rodgers. Right. That's a lot of good people to lose. But that shows how good they're doing. A, grabbing talent, and B, developing talent. Because Darius Slay, they got, just like he was talking about AJ, Darius Slay, they got for like a 3 and a 5.
Well, think about it for a second, right? Everybody that left on defense, we said we were going to leave.
Yeah.
We said it. We talked about it at the end of the season.
The only thing I think
I said Jalen Phillips was gone. I said there's no way it's going to be able to pay him.
Yeah.
I said Jalen Phillips was going. I said the Kobe Dean's got to go because I said availability is the best ability is availability. I said he been hurt 2 out of the 4 years, so that's why they drafted Jahad Campbell. I was like, if Reed Blankenship was gone, I knew Reed Blankenship was gone.
Yeah, the other thing is, too, is that I think we were both kind of wrong about Milton Williams because we both thought he'd go to New England and be like, you don't have Jalen Carter anymore. He ain't that good. He was that good this year. He was excellent. So I think we both owe him an apology because he did great.
That gives me hope about Jomo. Like those are like, so like when you have people like that sit there and do their job. Milton Williams, remember, was one of those picks, was it 3rd round, 4th round?
His 3rd round is the guy. That was the whole big thing with him and Lee McNeil. Remember?
Yeah. And it was
the other guy wanted a Lee McNeil, and and they're like, we traded him to get Milton Williams.
But look how long it took him to come around though.
Yeah.
And he was sitting around for a minute. It kind of reminds me of Jalix Hunter a little bit. Jalix was sitting around for a minute.
Also, too, it did help that the last 2 years he had Jalen Carter to sit next to.
100%.
Definitely helped his development a little quicker.
100%, yeah.
So that's the biggest thing with him. But I think what he did was, it wasn't like he got infinitely better because of Jalen Carter, but he learned things through Jalen Carter. Like, I can see what he can do. He's taking this. Now I got to beat my guy. I think he just made a conscious effort to be a better player once he got Jalen Carter there.
Yeah.
By the way, Vic Fangio has led his defense to give up the fewest points in the NFL over the past 2 seasons when his starters play. Some of his starters don't play. So it's just taking his starters and playing least amount of points of the past 2 years.
Yeah.
The Eagles have signed 4 external players during the negotiation period, just 4 in 2024. Barkley, Huff, Bond, and in 2024. They added 2 players on Thursday, made a trade Friday. Last year in 2025, Eagles did not sign any free agents during the negotiation period. And they made 2 trades during that time. So if you look back, it's sort of up and down who they signed during negotiation period, who they don't. So don't get panicky that they didn't sign anybody other than Woolen over that. So it's something where, again, I'm of course, as you know me, I'm a little panicky all the time, but right now I'm okay with it because I think Howie's doing his thing, figuring it out. And it's like last year, we didn't sign anybody during the negotiation period. So it shows you we just got to pick and choose the times. I don't like when you're saying there's going to be some edge rushers trying to prove it. If you saw what happened last year, we had 3 edge rushers trying to prove it, and none of them proved it.
None of them. But here's the thing, though, right? It's like you got to get into camp. You got to get into the season. You got to realize what you have before you actually go ahead and make this decision, right? Because let's think about it again. Let's think about the bad side. We went out on 1 year and went and got Huff first.
Yeah.
And then it turned around and bit us in the ass. And we knew he was trash from the time Vic got here. We're like, this dude is trash, right? And I'm like, but now you learn from your mistakes. Don't be the first one to make the big splash.
Okay, but hold on.
Let's watch what happens.
But at the same time, they tried it the opposite way last year, signed three edge players who were still actually in their 20s, and none of them did anything.
Well, look at our second cornerback position.
What's that?
The second cornerback.
Our second cornerback. Johnson?
We grabbing everybody. We even grabbed people that was retired. It was like, nah, I don't want to play no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you listen.
You got to deal with what you get. I get it, but it was just be careful. Just be careful between signing the big guy and signing some guys on the edge.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. One player, one big name on defensive end is not going to change what we are as a defense. It's not. If they went out, and let's just say he was healthy, they went out and got Max Crosby, right? They would probably be like, oh, the Eagles definitely going to be the number one defense. Nah, dude, that ain't no guarantee, man. It's just not. It just doesn't work that way. And it's too easy to eliminate one player. All you got to do is scheme for him. Because like I say, we play a TJ Watt, or we play a Nick Bosa, or we play
Micah Parsons.
A Micah Parsons. They wasn't balling out on us. What happened?
Aaron Donald in his entire career never had one sack against the Eagles.
And he said once the team he hated to play the most was the Philadelphia Eagles. So my whole thing is you can have that one player and you can pay them all that money. But what it boils down to is, what is he doing every week? Is he causing a problem? And then when that playoff game comes, if he show up missing, like Michael Parsons always did, why are you paying him all that money?
And here's the thing with Max Crosby, an update for everybody too. Max Crosby, apparently the Ravens have backed out of their deal because it's not official until tomorrow, which they could have backed out, and they did. Rumor has it that I guess everybody was letting them know they overpaid for Max Crosby. And rumor has it too that they were looking through his medicals. Because apparently what they do is they have to exchange medicals before he actually passes his physical. He can't take a physical until Wednesday, tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I think they got a little nervous because his medicals over the past couple of years are a little rough. He's been banged up over the past 3 or 4 years.
Right.
So do you think the Cowboys are now going to go all in for him?
For Max Crosby?
Now, they were the leading people to get him, and then Ravens swooped in to get him.
Listen, I want Dallas to go ahead and make that dumbass mistake. Like, I'll go do it. I want them to go do it. I want them to go do it, and I want all of those Dallas fans to be so excited about them getting Max Crosby. And then I want the season to happen, and then I want them to sit there and start blaming everything on Dak again.
I just don't know how they got Kenny Clark to take a pay cut, but you got CeeDee Lamb, Dax Prescott, the other defensive tackle they got,
Williams.
That's a huge contract.
Well, here's the thing.
And you take on Max.
Why are you going to go pay
those 4 guys?
So why are you going to go pay Max Crosby when you could have paid Micah that money?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, afford it. Here's the thing. You let one player go, and then you go give the same amount of money for another player who played the same position. Like, you basically let everybody know you made a mistake.
And you're giving up a 1 and a 2 to get them.
Exactly. But go ahead and let Dallas do that dumb mess. I'm like, go do it. Go. We got to play them twice every year. Go. Knock yourself out, dog. And then watch how when they play the Eagles and Lane Johnson is negating Max Crosby. They're like, what happened to Max? Like, Lane Johnson is what happened.
Apparently the Raiders have become the New England Patriots this year. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the Raiders.
$98 million in cap space.
Tyler Linderbaum, 3 years, $81 million. Quay Walker, 3 years, $40 million. Nakobe Dean, 3 years, $36 million. Jalen Naylor, 3 years, $35 million. Pay is 3 years, $48 million. Eric Stokes, 3 years, $30 million. Malcolm Kuntz, 1 year, $11 million. And they traded for Taron Johnson. So on opening day of free agency, the Raiders agreed to terms with 8 players on contracts valued at $280 million.
But.
Woo! That
was contingent on Max Crosby's deal going through.
Oh, that's right.
Now that it's backed up, somebody can't get paid.
And they cannot be over the cap starting tomorrow at noon. Is that noon? Or I'm sorry, 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, you have to be cap compliant by 4 o'clock tomorrow.
So does some of those deals get negated? Do they cut Max Crosby? Like what's going to happen here?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Dallas is going to come in and be like, dude, your back's against the wall. You got to have this thing done by 4. We'll give you a 1 and a 3 now, or 1 and a 4, and they might have to take it.
Man, 1, I'm like, man, you can get 2 twos.
So
2.
So where do you see? Let me take a look here because the Eagles. I'm trying to see, like, did you see exactly? So, yeah. So Eagles agreed to terms on a 1-year deal with Johnny Munt.
Yeah.
NFL, they got a blocker that we've lacked in position, and they will need in McShay Field. So he came from, you said, from Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then he was with the Jags last year and overlapped with Sean Mannion in Minnesota. There's the connection.
Yep.
Strong blocker helped the Eagles run game. Eagles aren't finished the tight end. So he's 31 though. So that's a little rough. but hopefully he can still play.
Breaking news.
Oh, by the way, speaking of breaking news, I don't know if this is good. Guess who's coming back to the Eagles?
Guess who's coming back to the Eagles? Who?
Grant Calcaterra.
Yeah, I saw that. I just saw that. Former Eagles quarterback Sam Howell has agreed to a 1-year term contract with the Dallas Cowboys.
He was our third guy this year, right?
He was.
Yeah. So I guess the Eagles have
2 backup core. Tight end.
It says here the Eagles had some interest in free agent Charlie Kohler, another blocking tight end, but they were priced out. The Chargers signed him for 3 years, $24 million. Good Lord.
Yeah.
By the way, Dallas Goedert, if they don't get him by 4:00 tomorrow, there's $20 million of dead money. So they have to sign him. I'm sorry. It actually kicks in at midnight. So they have to sign him in the next 2 hours, or they got $20 million in dead cap money this year.
They'll come up with a deal with Dallas.
They got 2 hours to do it.
Yeah.
So it looks like that is all in there. And then so I guess if they bring him back, I guess you would have a blocking tight end. Dallas is your guy. I think Dallas is I think your best thing is to come back to the Eagles. That would be my thing.
And then Grant Calcaterra is your backup for Dallas.
No, I think the blocking tight end is going to be the second guy in.
Well, why did they bring Calcaterra back? Calcaterra
he's just a pass catcher. He's his third tight end. I mean,
no. What I'm saying is Munt is the blocking tight end.
Correct.
Calcaterra is the backup for Goddard.
I mean, if Goddard goes down, he's going to go in as the passing guy.
Right.
The other guy's going to be the number 2 tight end in any situation. Yeah. Where do you think Max would go? You think Max would go to the Cowboys?
No. I don't think the Cowboys. First of all, Jerry's not spending money. I just don't see him.
Oh, I'm sorry. So rumor has it that Max Crosby did not pass his physical today. That's why the trade didn't go through.
Yeah.
And it's weird that everybody has their own different kind of versions of what a physical is and how you pass it.
Well, the thing about it is he is coming off that knee injury. And it's the same thing for like a Tyreek Hill. Like somebody wants to sign Tyreek Hill, they got to go through a physical first. And then when he had that knee injury, I don't see him going before June 1st.
Yeah, well, he won't be signing until like August when he can actually pass something.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I can see right now as far as any updates. I don't see any other. By the way, you know who the biggest void is right now in the Eagles? What's the biggest void in the Eagles?
As far as position?
As far as anything.
I don't know.
Punter. We have no punter.
Oh, man, we'll get man.
Man, look at you, man. We'll get man.
We'll get man, dude. Like, come on, man. Like he's
man. We'll get man.
He's due. Listen, I think he should be the top paid punter in the league.
Maybe that's what he's holding out for because I love him. I mean, he was great last year. He's not a Pro Bowl. He's not an All-Pro, but that dude is just solid. He's just solid.
Speaking of which, you know who's not under contract?
Who else?
Dallas's kicker, Aubrey.
Yeah, but he ain't going anywhere. He's staying.
Here's the thing. They said they was going to give him 7. He was like, nah. And so 7 is the highest of any kicker right now.
What do you want, 10?
The agent was like, nah, we need more. And now they're in a standstill. If I was the Eagles, I would pay that man his money. I'm like, hey, man, just
would that cancel out? I mean, it's only $10 million. So would that cancel out the
dude 10? I would give that dude $10 million in a heartbeat. That dude can kick from 60 like it's nothing.
Yeah, does that cancel out your 3rd round pick thing with Jalen Phillips? Because if you sign a high end free agent, it cancels out what Jalen Phillips did. I wonder if that would cancel it out.
I don't care. Think about the points though. Like think about that for a second, dog.
I know. If there any reason to get rid of Jake Elliott, I'm in.
Here's the thing. Think about our defense, right? Think about keeping man, and then think about that kicker.
I would love that. The special teams would be phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Be crazy. Dude, it would be crazy. We'd be like, oh, the Eagles won 9-0. Like, they'd be like, well, y'all, the offense ain't working. Like, dude, shut up. We don't need the offense right now. Just relax. You know what I mean? Like let me quarterback this thing. Relax. You know what I mean?
So that would be interesting because, again, you still have Jake Elliott, who we're not really confident with.
Nope.
And you don't have a punter. And I don't even know if they have a long snapper because the long snapper, they went last year. I think it was only a 1-year deal. I don't know if they have anything in special teams right now. Everybody forgets special teams.
Yeah, but I think that the punter. So there have been a lot of punters being signed, but Man is not one of them. That's what makes me think Howie has already got to deal with Man. Because first of all, why is he not the first person people are calling? Why isn't it not the first punter people are calling? Look at his numbers.
I know, it's great. They're absolutely fabulous. Yeah, they must have some secretive deal or something.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The deal's probably already
done. Let's see. Best free agents under Howie, just under Howie.
In his career?
Yeah, because this is just under Howie and his entire career of Howie.
Zach Bond.
That's up there. I have that as number 2.
Free agents under Howie.
You know who number 1 is?
Let me think for a second.
He won us a Super Bowl.
Free agents under Howie.
He won us a Super Bowl.
Saquon Barkley.
There you go. That's number 1.
I like Hassan Reddick. For me was great.
Hassan Reddick I have is 5.
Yeah, he was great. Mekhi Becton.
He was a one-year wonder.
Come on, man, dude. He won us the Super Bowl. Dude, stop playing, dog.
He's not in my top 10.
Well, that's you. I'm still thinking because Darius Slay.
That was a trade from Detroit.
Oh, it wasn't free agent. Okay.
Free agents. Only free agents.
Only free agents.
So you got Saquon.
Yeah, I got Saquon.
You got Zach Bond.
Mekhi Becton.
And you got Reddick, because I have those 3.
Tom Reddick was huge. I guess Jalen Phillips was a trade.
That was a trade. I'll throw it at you.
What's your list?
So Saquon, Zach Bond, Brandon Brooks.
Oh, okay.
Brandon Brooks, come on, that was one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
Malcolm Jenkins.
That was huge. Yeah, that was huge.
Come on, that was absolutely.
He was solid. He was solid. He was solid for 5, man. Like, yeah.
He was absolutely terrific. Evan Mathis.
Okay.
Evan Mathis was like nobody, and that guy turned into everybody.
Patrick Robinson's in
my top 10.
Yeah, Patrick. I forgot. People sleep on P-Rob, yo. P-Rob was that dude, man. He was the man that season, man.
That was unbelievable. But he's down at number 10 because it was a 1-year wonder. Along with Mekhi. He might be tied with Mekhi Becton. It's like a 1-year wonder.
P-Rob is in there with Mekhi Becton, yes.
I got Javon Hargrave. Because he was great for 3 years.
He's a free agent now.
I have Connor Barwin.
Wow.
Connor Barwin was phenomenal.
That's a blast from the past.
Connor Barwin was under Howie. And then my last but not least, Nick Foles.
Okay.
Nick Foles was a free agent, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got him.
Yeah. Okay.
So my 10 is Saquon, Evan Mathis, Brandon Brooks, Nick Foles, Connor Barwin, Hargrave, Reddick, Zach Bond, Patrick Robinson, Malcolm Jenkins, and it is a tie for 10th, Mekhi Becton. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Not a bad free agency by Howie. Not bad at all.
No.
Let's get in some trivia for this evening. Just to throw this at you. You ready for this one? This is my favorite trivia, I think, of all time. That is not Eagles related. Formerly Prince Andrew, no longer Prince Andrew, is the first senior British royal to be arrested in nearly 400 years. 400 years, man.
That's corruption at its finest.
The
right
last time a senior British royal was arrested was 400 years ago.
That's corruption at its finest right there, dude.
They ain't ever arrested anybody because they don't want to. They don't need to. It's just like, we're going to brush that under the rug.
Yeah.
400 years.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you, I don't care who you are or where you come from. If you are a pedophile, you're going down. You're going downtown.
Yeah.
Who was the only player in Eagles history with a sack and interception in the same game in the postseason?
Sack and an interception in the same game.
I could give you 1,000 guesses, and I guarantee you won't get it.
I know that Brian Dawkins did.
That is incorrect. He is not the only player to have a sack interception in the same postseason. He's had many interceptions, many sacks, not in the same game.
When we played Green Bay, didn't he have a second interception? He had the interception in overtime.
But he did not have a sack that game. I looked it up. No sack. He came close to Brett Favre, but he did not sack him.
Who are we talking about?
I'll give you the game. I'll see if you can get it.
All right.
So the hint is Eagles, Chicago. I'll give you a year if you can't get it after that. Eagles, Chicago game. Long time ago, though. Not long, but long ago.
Fog Bowl?
No, after the Fog Bowl. That's a good guess. After the Fog Bowl.
After the Fog Bowl.
Donovan McNabb era.
Oh, jeez. Sheldon Brown?
Incorrect. It was actually the slot cornerback of that era.
Al Harris?
No.
Slot cornerback for.
I'm sorry. It was the safety. It was the safety. It was the.
What was your boy with Dawkins that used to wear the chin strap? He used to wear the towel under his chin strap.
Not Q. It was the other Q. It wasn't Q.
Who is it?
Rashard Cook.
Nah, I wasn't gonna get that, bro.
Rashard Cook sacked Jim Miller before he got knocked out of the game by Hugh Douglas.
That's right. That's when he
So Rashard Cook got the interception.
Right? I remember that dude.
So Rashard Cook sacked Miller, and then a couple of series later, he intercepted him when Hugh dropped him and busted his shoulder.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a game.
That was dirty. Yeah.
The last Eagle with a sack interception in a regular season game.
The one that you said what now?
The last Eagle with a sack and interception in a regular season game.
Sack and interception in a regular season game.
Who left for the Cardinals?
Hassan Reddick.
No, he came from the Cardinals.
Left for the Cardinals.
Recently, very recently.
I don't even remember who left now.
Won a Super Bowl with us and went to the Cardinals to join Gannon, his former coach.
Who we talking about? Sweat, Josh Sweat.
Josh Sweat had a sack and a half and a pick six off Dak Prescott in Dallas in 2022.
Is he balling out there?
He was. He had a good year. Had like 9 sacks.
Okay.
He had a good year. He and Milton Williams, I got to say, I didn't think either were going to do anything, and they had good years.
Yeah.
God bless them. As we come up, by the way, in free agency, we'll do one next week. I want to give you guys some draft trivia when we get there next month. Where the draft started, who actually started, and who had the first pick. If you guys can do your research before then, we'll give you some heavy swag for the draft through Broad Street Misery. And we got a ton of good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Go to broadstreetmisery.com. Tons of stuff on there. So that'll conclude our trivia for this evening, and that concludes our free agency. What do you expect before next week? Do you expect that we will have any other holes filled by next week in the safety area, in the edge area, and in the backup offensive line area?
I think we'll, and this is just what we've always done. I think the defense is going to be what's most solidified. I think Vic has a bigger voice in the building due to the fact that he was about to retire.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And
scared the crap out of everybody.
I think it's important that Howie satisfies Vic first. And while we try to get everything under wraps for the offense and Sean Mannion and what he's trying to do, that will happen more in the draft.
All right. I predict by next week we'll be talking about a semi-big Eagles trade. I don't believe it'll be AJ, but I believe that there will be a semi-big trade before next week. That's my prediction. Not sure what it's going to be, but I believe Howie is going to make some smaller picks, like you were saying, some one-year deals, prove-it deals, and I believe that there'll be a semi-big trade before next week.
We'll see, man.
So that's my prediction. So here we are. Thank you for joining us here on the free agency, on the eve, technically, of free agency that begins tomorrow at 4:00. And we will wrap up the entire free agency by next Tuesday. We'll be back here Tuesday, 9:00 to give you the full wrap-up of free agency, our pluses, our minuses, and what we expect to see in the draft for next month, where the holes still need to be filled, like my heart. Thank you for joining us here at Fly Eagles Fly Podcast, Broad Street Misery. Don't forget to watch us on X, Apple Tunes, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the other platforms. Please check us out here at Fly Eagles Fly Podcast and Broad Street Misery. As always, I'm Corey Alexander along with
Jay Bliss.
And we'll see you next week, 9:00. Have a good night.